My name is Richard A. Riley Jr. My friends call me Dick. I am the Lewis F. Tanner Distinguished Professor of Public Accounting. This is a really special time to be in forensic accounting and fraud examination. You can't open a newspaper on any given day without reading about a fraud of some sort, somebody being victimized. And we facetiously sometimes say that we're in a growth industry. But the bottom line is there are more and more opportunities every day for young people who want to get involved in the specialization within accounting that is fraud and forensic accounting. The genesis of the WVU programs and why someone would want to choose WVU is because of our commitment to hands-on experiential learning. When we originally designed the program back in 2003, 2004, quite a long time ago, one of the things that we as designers said was that we are going to have students learn by doing. So our students in our master's program, for example, will complete 7 real-world type cases. If you printed out all of the evidence, it would fill up about a 4-inch binder. So you've got a case study that is grounded in evidence where you're searching for 50 bad transactions, let's say, among 4 inches of paper that's printed out. So you're looking for a needle in a haystack, which is exactly what you do in the real world. Well, our students do that 7 times over. They do that in terms of organized crime and money laundering, terrorism financing, how to value a business, how to locate and pursue a garden variety basic fraud case where there's just money missing. For their capstone exercise, our students have to testify in front of real attorneys for 3.5 hours. They know what it's like to testify for a case outcome. When our students leave here, they not only can talk the talk, but they can actually walk the walk. They have the skills needed to do everything from start a case to testify in court. So within the MSFFE, the Master's Program in Forensic Accounting and Fraud Examination, we have and require each individual gets specialized. Now they can specialize in a management area where they're going to manage a firm or a practice. They can also specialize in cybersecurity, or the third option is that they can specialize in data analytics. Either one of them allows the person who completes that MSFFE to position their career for more longevity and even more specialization, which creates value for them across time. Within the MSFFE program, we have 2 certification prep programs. The first one is the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, CFE, Certified Fraud Examiner. And so in one of our courses, Accounting 583, we include the prep course as a course assignment, and the students complete that, and upon completion, they're ready and prepared to take the CFE exam. The second certification is related to NACFA, and it's related to a Certified Valuation Analyst, a CVA. And in that case, we include the materials to get ready for the CVA exam, the end of chapter quizzes, the end of module quizzes that are required as part of the curriculum include the CVA prep course material, and then the CVA certification also requires that a student complete an actual case study evaluation. And the case study that we include in our program very much mirrors the certification prep course that one would have to complete to become a certified valuation analyst. So as a result, by the time a student finishes that course, they're also ready to take the CVA exam and sit for the case study portion to become certified. A couple of the experiential learning exercises that we're really excited about in FAFI are pitch to prosecutor in moot court. In Pitch to Prosecutor, the students have done a real-world-like investigation or an examination of allegations of fraud or financial misconduct. At the end, they've done the investigation, they've written the report, and we bring in representatives of the Internal Revenue Service Criminal Investigative Unit. And those representatives come in and they listen to our students' pitches for whether or not this case should be taken forward and the perpetrator actually prosecuted. And so in the role of prosecutor, the IRS CIs then, they push back on the students and challenge the students to ensure that the work they've done is thorough and complete and that the findings of the students are grounded in the data. The second really exciting final capstone exercise that the students do is a moot court testimony. So in that case, we bring in actual lawyers from a regional law firm by the name of Steptoe and Johnson, and actual lawyers then depose our students for 3.5 hours so that our students know what it feels like to testify, they know what it's like to feel to be attacked by an attorney, and they know what it feels like to have their findings challenged in the face of an opposing attorney. And so both of those exercises, Pitch to Prosecutor and moot court, take our students' experience to the next level where they're interacting with or interfacing with people that need to be involved in order to present their findings in court and then defend their findings in court. There's a favorite story of mine in terms of a student that had completed our program. This individual contacted me probably 6 months to a year after they left our program, and they said, hey, I was contacted by an attorney to work a case. I don't have any experience beyond my, my job that I do day to day, but I want to take this on. Will you, can you mentor me through this? Well, I was really pleased. This person, yeah, I mentored them, but they needed very, very little amount of mentoring on my part. Every once in a while I'd get an email, hey, this is what I'm finding, this is what I'm thinking about. We might jump on a Zoom call, but the bottom line is this student was able to take on a fairly complicated divorce case that involved valuation of a small business. They were able to basically do this on their own with relatively little supervision, and all as a result of completing our program.